What was it that really made you go like, oh, this is bullshit, dude?
The religion?
Yeah.
There was actually like in like middle school, I went to this youth group session. This girl in our youth group asked our youth pastor, like, what happens to somebody in a far corner of the world who has never been witnessed to and doesn't know Jesus Christ and has never been saved? What happens if they live their whole adult life having never heard about Christianity and they die?
One of the classic questions.
Yeah.
Like
do
that.
They go to hell? And our youth pastor was like, well, the Bible says that because of the wind in the trees, you should know God.
This is your brother Wanathan. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. All right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom. All right, so John 3 and 8, that's what I believe he's referring to. So we're going to read it in the KJV and the NLT. All right, it says, the wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh, where the wind is coming from, and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. And it says in John 3 and 8 on the NLT side, it says what? The wind blows wherever it wants, just as you can hear the wind, but can't tell where it comes from or where it's going. So you can't explain how people are born of the Spirit. How are these things possible? Nicodemus asked, All right, but this is the confusion that's pushed in Christianity, because they're under the impression that everybody's supposed to receive the word. Everybody's supposed to get the understanding. And that's just not true. Okay? His understanding is going to be revealed unto the children of Israel. And in more specific, the election of Israel. All right? Let's go there, get that really quick. Romans 11 and 7. It says, what then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election, okay, the 1/3 and 144,000, they're going to be the ones with this understanding, rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of their ability, okay, and the first batch of Israelites with the laws written within their inward parts. Romans 11 and 7 again from the top. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Okay, so this isn't for everybody to get. This is for the elect of Israel, and that's it. Okay, and if the Lord has it, and what you come to find out when you're in this truth, Proverbs 24 and 20, or 20 and 24, let's get that. Man's goings of the Lord, and those spirits that were supposed to receive this understanding, supposed to receive salvation, the Lord's going to have it to where, their path leads them to finding this truth. No way around it. Okay? This whole free will nonsense is a myth as well. All right, Proverbs 20 and 24, it says, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? All right, then on the NLT side, it says what? The Lord directs our steps. So why try to understand everything along the way? Look, the Lord has ordained, he's predestined people. Predestination eliminates what? Free will. Ephesians will start actually at the top. Okay, Ephesians 1 and 1, it says, Paul, an apostle of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, by the will of Yahweh, to the saints, and we know the saints are Israelites, okay, which are at Ephesus. So he's writing to the church in Ephesus, and to the faithful in Yahweh Shai Mashiach, okay. Grace be to you and peace from God, our Father, possessive pronouns, and from the Lord, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Blessed be the God and Father of the Lord, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who hath blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in the anointed, according as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world. So there's a batch of spirits that he has predestinated before the earth was even created, before the foundations were even laid, that we should be holy, separate, right, from the other people, and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shai Mashiach, because he's that bridgeway back to the Father, to himself according to the good pleasure of his will. Then we jump down verse 11. It doubles down on that. Or is it 10? Yeah, the verse 11. All right. Let's start at 10 though. That in the dispensation of fullness of times, he might gather together in one all things in the anointed, both which are in heaven and which are on earth, even in him, in whom also we have obtained an inheritance. So we're going to be joint heirs with Yahushua, as you all know, being kings and priests. We're all going to be lords. And Yahushua is what? He's the King of kings and the Lord of lords. Okay. In whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestinated according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will. Right? So there are spirits that are predestinated to get this. The Lord's going to order their steps to where they do receive this word. And then in the video, you'll see he goes on to talk about hell as a place that you burn and go to forever. But the scriptures that's not a thing in the scriptures. Hell and heaven are living conditions. And to those who have been watching for a while and learning, that's something you've come to find out. We live out our judgment here upon the earth. The earth is the place of judgment. Okay, we can let's go to Ecclesiastes just to prove that. Actually, I'm gonna start here in Ecclesiastes 1, then we'll go to Ecclesiastes 3. All right, this is Ecclesiastes 1. It says, "The thing that hath been is that which shall be, and the thing which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun." And you hear people say this in the world and the churches all the time. There's no new thing under the sun. So there's no new thing under the sun. Are you new? No. Are the ideas that people are having, are they new? No, of course not. These are the same spirits coming back. And the scriptures also say we come back every 3 to 4 generations. All right. But verse 10, it continues on to say what? "Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It had already been of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance." And then it goes on to say this, which is a big clue as to what's going on here. "And there is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after." All right. So it's telling you there's no new thing under the sun. Then it's telling you there's no remembrance of former things. Imagine if we had to deal with the grief of going all our different past lives, going through different captivities and things like that. You wouldn't be functional in this time, man. You would be so traumatized you wouldn't be functional. All right, let's go over. All right, so we're going to start at, let's start up, let's start at 15. All right, this is Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. It says, "That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And God requireth that which is past." And that's why he always talks about passing the judgment down to the children of those who committed the iniquity, the sin upon sin. Because those same spirits are coming back into the earth. And then they're getting judged for their iniquity in past lives. That's why when you pray, you want to ask for forgiveness for the things that you've done in this time and the things you may have done in past lives. Okay? Now, verse 16, it says, "And moreover, I saw under the sun," what's under the sun, you guys? The earth. All right? "The place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there," because this place was created to be, a reflection of what's in the heavens. That's going to come to pass once the kingdom of heaven is established. But there's wickedness going on here now. All right. Let's read this again from the top, because there's another point I have to make. "And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment." So under the sun is the earth, and it's also referred to as the place of judgment. This is the place where people receive their judgments. Okay, so when a baby's born, retarded, remedial, or disformed, and people say, "Wow, God allowed it to happen," that person is receiving a judgment for something aforetime. Spirits are ancient. And that's why when you also go, that's why, children receive judgments as well. You go to Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, the Lord tells you he's going to be judging little children as well. And you'll see what thinks to yourself, "Oh, why would the Lord say this?" Well, you got to realize that spirits are ancient. There's many children being born right now who are simply here to receive judgment. That's all. You know, this depiction, this train of thought that Christianity pushes on the people is how the Lord operates. It's completely off. It's a reason he's to be feared. Okay, fear is the beginning of wisdom. Let's finish watching the rest of this clip here.
Oh, Jesus is your savior. And I'm just sitting there like, I wouldn't know that. If I was
Start over.
What was it that really made you go like, oh, this is bullshit, dude?
the religion.
Yeah.
There was actually like in like middle school, I went to this youth group session. This girl in our youth group asked our youth pastor, like, what happens to somebody in a far corner of the world who has never been witnessed to?
Oh, yeah. One more precept. All right. The scriptures say their line is going out. Okay. That's Psalms 19. And we'll start at verse 2. It says, day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night sheweth knowledge. And there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. And you talk about, the understanding of the scriptures, this doctrine, man. You have people all the way in the Polynesian Islands calling on the name Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You have people, in the UK, South America, damn near every part of the world that this, in every language where this truth is being brought out. People go on YouTube. The truth is translated. You have the subtitles in whatever country a person in where the truth is even translated. You have the brothers in Holland, the brothers that prophesy but they're deaf, so they use sign language. There is no speech, no language where this truth is not heard. It's been made manifest in front of our faces, okay? All right, so day unto day utter speech, night unto night sheweth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. So this hypothetical question that this little girl had, that youth pastor, he wasn't equipped to answer her. Okay? Verse 4. The line, it's the point I want to hear in verse 4. Their line is going out through all the earth. Their words to the end of the world. And that would happen by way of the unicorn, the internet. The Lord allowed the internet to be set up. This devil thought he was using it for his purpose. But he truly allowed it to be set up so that the word could go out to all these different parts of the world. Okay? Their line is going out throughout all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun. Okay? Very simple question to answer when you have the proper understanding. Okay? But again, Christianity is useless, man. It was something used to keep our people docile, to manipulate the minds of our people. Okay? And the brother Elias Shawambo on his 2-through page, he uploaded that short documentary of the mentality behind Planned Parenthood with Margaret Sanger. They've always used, Christianity as a tool, because with Christianity comes that vibration. Because when you're a Christian, I don't care what you say. People say, oh, as long as his blood was red, it doesn't matter what color he was. When you pray, you have that image of Cesare Borgia in your head, that image that they put up with the white man Jesus. That's the image when you ask for help, you think of that same man that was raping you and killing you when you pray. That's a problem. That's self-hatred. You're praying to the very people that the Lord set up to afflict you. You're praying to the very people that were created to be the wicked, because you have that image of Cesare Borgia. There's a certain vibration that comes with Christianity, man. And if you can't separate from that, that is a problem. It's going to become your downfall, man. Seriously. All right, let's finish watching this clip.
Doesn't know Jesus Christ and has never been saved. What happens if they live their whole adult life having never heard about Christianity and they die?
One of the classic questions.
Yeah.
Like
do
that.
Do they go to hell? And our youth pastor was like, well, the Bible says that because of the wind in the trees, you should know God. And
all right, so went over that, and then we also went over the fact that, we touched on it lightly, that heaven and hell, man, are living conditions. We know the kingdom of heaven is going to be established upon the earth. Heaven and hell are living conditions. Right now, the Edomites, they're in their heaven. They have dominion. They have the fatness of the earth. They're in their temporary blessing. But our blessing is going to be eternal upon the earth, and that's for the children of Israel.
Oh, Jesus is your savior. And I'm just sitting there like, I wouldn't know that. If I was, if no one ever talked to me about Jesus and I saw wind in the trees, I wouldn't be like, a man.
And of course, the Edomite wouldn't think to himself, oh, there's a higher power. They were created to be the wicked, man. Every other people on earth since the beginning of time, they understood that there was a higher power no matter what part of the earth they were in. But the true understanding of the higher power was given unto the nation of Israel.
Died on the cross. And it was so fucking crazy to me in that
And he's saying, God, I wouldn't know that because you're in most likely you can't judge it by looking at his complexion. But if he's an Edomite, of course he wouldn't know that. Of course.
session, someone asked about suicide. And the fucking youth pastor guy was like, unfortunately, they are going to hell. And I was like, oh, like, this seems really made up.
What was...
Yeah, and we're going to see what's made up. Okay? I believe a better precept for the point he was trying to make. Let's see, because he's probably talking about a completely other version. Where it says Jeremiah the 5th chapter. Let me see here. It's like Jeremiah 5. There's another one I'm trying to think of. It talks about you could tell there's a guy by I believe like the ways of the sea, or let me just read this really quick. Jeremiah 5:22. It says, "Fear ye not me." All right, there's a severe lack of fear for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh on earth. All right, "Fear ye not me, saith the Lord. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for a bound of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it? And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it." The Lord, you can see that this is intelligent design. Esau likes to talk about within his technology and his science, signs of intelligent design. Look at us. We're the most complex creature upon the face of the earth. There's nothing that rivals us in itself. Look at how the seasons come without fail. Look at how everything in the earth has checks and balances, which this devil is throwing out of whack. You know that there's somebody who had a hand in this. So for someone to say, how would I know that there's a higher power? Just if I was just off somewhere in a corner, you would know that the Lord has put something in us to understand that there's a creator. Okay, and that's been since the beginning of time. Every nation of people have had that understanding. Now, the true understanding of how that higher power operates was given unto, Adam. He breathed. He put the breath in him, meaning the understanding. There was other people, but he had that chosen line, even going back to that Adam that he chose. He breathed the life into him, giving him the understanding. So even going back then, you understand? We had an understanding from the jump of how, that this higher power operates. And now it's been written in words and put on paper. And it's for this time, we so we can have a clearer understanding of how things are going to play out, how we're supposed to conduct ourselves, why these things are playing out. You see? So this is, you see stuff like this. It's really not difficult to deal with. And it's like, man, this guy wasn't equipped to answer this child's question. But again, man's going to the Lord. So whoever's supposed to receive this in full, they're going to receive it in full, man. No way around it. All right, so Lord willing, I seen that clip. I said I'll do a little response to it. Lord willing was edifying. You got something from it. Okay, I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.